The apogee and decline of the empire. Vijayanagara Empire was ruled by several dynasties. The first Vijayanagara Empire was established by the Sangam dynasty. The Sangam dynasty exercised control till 1485. After them, they were succeeded by Suluva dynasty, which was soon replaced by the Tuluva dynasty after 1503. Krishnadeva Raya belonged to the Tuluva dynasty. Krishnadeva Raya was the most important ruler of his time and also of the Vijayanagar kingdom. During his reign, Vijayanagar witnessed territorial expansion. The internal consolidation reached a new zenith as well. The region between Tungabhadra and Krishna River, Raichur Doab, was consolidated in 1512. The rulers of Orissa and Sultan of Bijapur were defeated in 1514 and 1520 respectively. In spite of a constant military involvement, the empire was always peaceful and prosperous. Krishnadeva Raya is also credited for building big temples and eloquent gopurams. He also built a suburban centre, Nagalapuram, after his mother. The detailed description of Vijayanagara comes from the time of Raya or just a little later. He introduced new techniques and ideas in military policy by hiring Portuguese and Muslim mercenaries while taking tribal foot soldiers. His reign made an all-round development not only in political annexation but at the same time in literature, politics and establishing peace. Since 1529, the Vijayanagara Empire started declining as it was the year Krishnadeva Raya died. After his death, his successors had to face rebellions from the Nayakas and the military chiefs. By 1542, the power shifted towards a new dynasty known as Aravidus dynasty. Aravidus remained in power till the end of the 19th century. While this period was also marked by interim warfare between Vijayanagar and Deccan Sultanate, which led to shifting of alignments. This eventually caused an alliance of Sultanate against Vijayanagar. This conflict came to the climax in 1565 in the Battle of Talikota. The forces were led by Rama Raya, the Prime Minister of Vijayanagara. But his forces were routed by the combined forces of Bijapur, Ahmednagar and Golconda. They sacked the city of Vijayanagara. Within a few years, the city was abandoned. Now, attention shifted towards the east from Penukonda, which later came to be known as Chandragiri. The sultans and the rayas did not always had a hostile relation with one another. Under Krishnadeva Raya's rule, they had a cordial relation in spite of their religious differences. While Raya helped in succession under the Sultanate and took pride in the title of establisher of Yavana kingdom, while Bijapur Sultan intervened in the succession of Vijayanagar ruler after Krishnadeva Raya's death. Rather, Vijayanagara was always interested in maintaining stability among sultans. It was the faulty policy of Rama Raya that led to the battle and eventual decline of the empire. The Rayas and the Nayakas. Military chiefs were among the ones who exercised power in the empire. They often moved from one place to another, along with peasants, to look for fertile fields where they could settle. These military chiefs were known as Nayakas. Sometimes, these Nayakas rebelled and had to be subdued through military actions. The concept of Amara Nayaka was a great innovation of this empire. This is said to have been inspired from the Ikta system of the Delhi Sultanate. The Amara Nayakas were military commanders who were given the authority of a territory by the Rayas. They collected taxes from these areas, kept a part of it, and used the rest to maintain the contingent of horses and elephants. The Rayas, on the other hand, had advantages of this army during wars. These Amara Nayakas often sent tributes to the kings and appeared in the courts to establish their loyalties. However, during the 17th century, they started establishing independent kingdoms, thus fanning the collapse of the Vijayanagar Empire.